So imagine this for a moment. You've got a potential client sitting next to you and they ask you this question right up front at the beginning of your meeting. And they say, so how much do you cost? Or how much are your fees? Do you know how to respond to that question? Yes, no, maybe, kind of. And if you're not really sure as to how to respond to that question, what could that be costing you in all this effort to have these meetings? And they go to, I'll think about it, or you don't get the business, or you kind of wing it, right? It can be an expensive exercise. And to let you know, I'm not talking about some manipulative mind games, NLP thing to trick them into buying you. There's no need for that. There's a nice way to have this conversation, which if you'd like to know, I'll share with you in a moment. But before I do, I'd like to just introduce myself. If we don't already know each other, my name is Trevor Russell, and one of the hats I wear is I do a lot of training with business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, digital marketers, and all types of leaders, helping them to learn a process that I learned from a very smart gentleman, and I now call How to Sell and Convert with Confidence, using a very, very structured, modern form of sales, growth, structure, skills, and systems. But before I talk about that a little bit more, I want to just give you a quick metaphor in relation to what I see going on about this struggle that people have with questions like that. Because I've worked with a lot of business owners, and these are one of the big challenges that they face out of that whole sales and conversion process is knowing how to have these conversations that lead to someone saying, yes, you know what, I would actually like to work with you and I'd be very happy to pay you your fees that you've quoted me because I see the value in that. Yeah, so I'll explain a little bit more on that in a moment. But before I do, it's a bit like this. Imagine if I gave you a key to a car and you'd never really driven a car before. And I said to you, here's the key, drive to Brisbane. Yeah, and you might go and do some study and clunk around and you'll put water in the car, you'll put oil in the car, you'll even sit in the car and you'll turn the car on and you'll kind of chug and clunk along, and it could be a very interesting ride to see how you go from here to Brisbane, right? Because no one really trained you on the whole journey. Bit of a cheesy example, but you know, I think you get the point, which is a bit like this. A lot of people are doing what I call in pillar 2. They're out there doing their marketing, they're doing their posting, they're doing their networking, they're doing the expos, they're doing all these things. But where they struggle are the next steps, which is knowing how to drive the car or work with the prospect on the journey all the way to be engaged as their supplier, their coach, their consultant, or whatever it is that that person is selling to this person. Yeah, it's a process. So coming back to what I just talked about, if someone asks you, so how much do you charge? Would you like to know how to respond? Yep. Okay. This is how you could do it. And this is a nice way that I see work well for myself and the clients that I work with. And it goes like this. Someone says to me, so Trevor, how much do you charge? And I would say, well, John, Mary, Susan, Mr. Client, I actually don't know yet, but can I make a suggestion? How about we have a conversation? I have some questions to ask you because my goal is to understand what it is that you need help with and to determine if I'm the person or the business that can help you with that. So can we do that? Yes? Okay, and then that will allow me to determine what it is that you need and want, and most importantly, the value or the outcome that you're looking for with the products and services or whatever it is that we do to make sure it's a really good investment. And then we can talk about the time, the money, the deliverables from there. Is that okay? Do you like that little script? Yep, well, if you like that, you can use it. You may already use it, but if not, it's a nice reminder. But I use that process, and then it's a really nice way to move that thing out of the way, because the reality is, well, for me and a lot of people I work with, we might not know yet. And how could we know until we understand what's going on for them and if we're the right person and what they want to need and how we can help them get that. That is what I see the big shift in good consultative sales and enrollment skills. Okay, so if you like that, I don't want this video to go on too much longer. If you would like to, and I know it's short notice, come to the How to Sell, Convert with Confidence Masterclass tomorrow morning. I'm running in the Gold Coast. If it's the right time and you can make it, come along, send me an email, trevor@resultsacademy.com.au. I'll put it here somewhere, and come and do the training, and I will teach you this and many other things in relation to how you can take your marketing efforts, get clear on your sales targets, get clear on where to market, and how to have these written and verbal conversations that are really nice structured ways to do our best to give value and lead prospects to happy paying clients. So if you'd like to know how to do that and get better at that or upskill, come to tomorrow's masterclass. If you can't, I'll be running more in the future and I'll keep you updated. Or if you want to have a conversation with me, we can have a talk, and I have a process called the Business Review Growth Planning Session. And we can go through and we can find out what's going on for you, and then we can determine together if I can help you and how the outcome and value would look for that. Okay? So thank you for your time. If I don't see you tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you around soon. I'll keep you updated. Use that script if you'd like to, if it helps you. And remember this, it's one thing to want something, but just like driving a car, I'm sure you drive a car if you're watching this, and if you do, and you do it relatively well, think about this. You made a decision that you needed to drive a car. You wanted to be mobile, you wanted to be free, you went and studied, you went and practiced, and over time, you now just drive the car. It's a bit like this whole business development, sales and marketing thing. A lot of people are clunking around trying to drive the car, doing parts of it, but it's a whole process, and that's something I'm very passionate about, helping people to understand the whole process so they can drive their business, sales and marketing, and ability to value themselves and convert and work with good clients so they get paid the value and for what they do and all the hard work that they go to, and give this person value as best as they can, which in Pillar 7 I call doing the work and being memorable. So thank you so much for your time. I hope that you get that I'm very passionate about this work and what I do through the expos and what I do through this training, and be a pleasure to help you now or in the future. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you at a workshop. Bye for now.